Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. We're going to take our November look at Flesh and Blood box sales data off of TCG Player as usual, starting with Welcome to Wraith Unlimited, Arcane Rising Unlimited, and Crucible of War Unlimited, with the horizontal axis set at 2 months so we can see what it's done over that time period. Of course, we see these large vertical jumps here all the way over to the right side of the plot. Of course, that was Black Friday and then Saturday of the Black Friday sales weekend, after which November ended. So Sunday and Monday of the Black Friday sales weekend were in December and are not in these data. The blue line of Welcome to Wraith shows about 40 boxes between Friday and Saturday, similar to the yellow line of Crucible of War, and the red line of Arcane Rising, a little more expensive of a box, sold a little over 20 in the weekend now. If we open the month-over-month table, of course, this is going to have October and November box sales, and then the month-over-month difference in those. The October average box sales price, the November average box sales price, and the month over month difference in that, and then multiplying those two together to get similar revenue numbers. And so what we see is very large increases in November over the October sales, something we always expect with bonus bucks, and particularly on Black Friday, where the bonus bucks deals are really good and everybody is ready to spend. So 90% increase in Welcome to Wraith month over month, 82% in Arcane Rising. Now, Crucible of War shows a preposterous increase of 540% because it only sold a scant 7 boxes in October. As far as price changes, minus 8% on Crucible, I'd say, is actually interesting. Of course, the box price was falling after very, very little demand in October into November, but then finally at the end of November, we got some price action, and the prices will have increased now in the beginning of December after all of the Black Friday bonus buck sales took place. Moving on, Monarch First Edition, Tales of Aria First Edition, and Everfest First Edition. The interesting thing here is the blue line of Monarch First. You see several of these big vertical jumps of people coming in and buying up large numbers of boxes. It only sold about 20 boxes on Black Friday, but you have a 2-day period here in mid-November where some people came into the market and bought about 50 boxes over 2 days, and similar in late October, about 30 boxes in a 2-day period. Going to the month-over-month table for these expansions, we see November boxes, 80 for Monarch First Edition, 75 for Tales of Aria. Not a lot of change there. And Everfest First Edition, the demand actually down quite a bit from 100 boxes in October down to 40 boxes in November, even with the bonus bucks sale. Prices fairly flat on Monarch First Edition and Tales of Aria, +3% and -4% respectively, and a 9% increase in Everfest month over month. History pack, quickly, Volume 1, and you see not a huge number of sales on Black Friday, about 10 boxes. If we go to the month over month table, only 62 in November compared to the 40 in October, and boxes up 4%, not a significant change. Moving into Fab 2.0, Uprising Dynasty and Outsiders. Again, some really, really big jumps on Black Friday. In fact, if we drill down into the data here, what did we see? Wow, 102 boxes of Dynasty selling on Black Friday. Into the month over month table, and we see that Dynasty 144 boxes in November, up from the 19 in October, so an increase of 658%. Of course, Outsiders quadrupling from 23 to 99, and Uprising from 45 to 55. And again, the prices just kind of interestingly doing their own thing. You're not seeing the market really react much to the sales volume changes because, again, the volumes are pretty low to start with. So you saw a 10% drop in Outsiders box prices, even though it sold 4 times as many boxes in November as it did in October. To the second block of Fab 2.0, Dusk Till Dawn, Bright Lights, and Heavy Hitters. And again, you're going to see some big jumps here on Black Friday from 57, let's see if we can grab this other data point, up to 148. So what's that? About 90 boxes on Black Friday of Dusk Till Dawn sold into the month over month table, where we're going to see, 277% was November's sales over October. So pretty big increase. And again, prices generally falling on these by mid-single digits. And finally into Part the Mist Veil and Rosetta. Now, these are going to have higher overall numbers because they are newer expansions and people are still getting their fill of these, even if they've been out for a couple of months. So about 60 or 70 boxes of Rosetta over the weekend and about 50 or so of Part the Mist Veil. And if we look in the month-over-month table for the 2 months worth of data, 100 boxes overall of Part the Mist Veil in November, and that was still down 40% from October, and Rosetta up 18% to 199 boxes. But again, the price is not really doing much. I think both of these are probably still under map pricing rules from Legend Story Studios. And if we go into the comparison in their own time periods, we'll switch the horizontal axis to be days from release, and we see that red line of Rosetta still just vastly trailing where Part the Mist Veil was at the same time in its own release cycle. So not making up a lot of ground there. So I've done this for about 32 months now, and I'm going to keep doing it into the future. You can go back and find all those old videos. You can subscribe for the future ones and all of the rest of my TCG investing content. Let me know what you think. Thanks to everyone who makes this content possible, especially my very generous supporters on Patreon. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade.